Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And today we want to take a look at a strategy guide, at a strategy which is right now being so crazy powerful. And yes, I'm talking about the Inferno dragons. So after today's video, I hope all of you guys know why exactly this strategy is so strong. This is going to be the army which we're going to use. Obviously, it's up to you if you would like to run a Super Wall Breaker or not. I know a lot of people are running just like the 12 loons and no Super Wall Breaker at all. It's totally up to you. I will still explain to you guys how exactly to use this army, what you should look out for, when it's good, when it's bad. Not only a legend, but as well for the coming Clan War League. Because, to be honest, this strategy is one of those strategies, if you have no clue what to do on a base, this strategy might just work wonders. So, we will talk about every single aspect of this strategy. We will talk about the power, the weakness, everything. But before we jump into the attacks, one quick reminder, since the Gold Pass is out since yesterday, and still all of the offers, actually the two cheaper ones are quite good. If you're thinking about buying any of those, make sure to use a creator code. If you would like to support me, this channel, everything what I'm doing, then it's code ITZY for you. Thank you so much for the support. It's always appreciated. And let's get started. Let's get started with the first attack. And we're already in. Like, this layout itself is so popular right now, it's crazy. Like, this setup of having the town hall kind of separated, then in the core, the clan castle, most of the time you have a core multi-inferno tower as well. Things like that, this is so common, the setup. So how do you attack bases like this? So what I really like to do is, especially if the town hall compartment is that open, I'm trying to get my king in there to get the town hall at least damaged, and that's basically it. Then what you normally do on this strategy is you have the king and the queen on one side, on one corner. On the other corner, you have the electro dragons, or the one electro dragon, and then you have the inferno dragons with the loons in between. So now the next question might be, Itzu, how exactly do we use the skeleton spells? And where exactly? Like, what is the purpose of them? Why do we not bring bats, for example? I saw a couple of people trying this attack strategy with bats, but to be honest, this makes no sense. Like, the skeleton spell is just meant to tank the splash damage. And you take a look at the scatters, because those scatters those are the key things you're looking out for, which you want to tank with those skeletons. Enemy scatters and enemy heroes. Those are the biggest things you want to tank. Take a look at those scatters. They're not attacking my dragons at all, because they're always tanked by some random skeletons running around them, and this means they will always shoot those. So this is kind of the key, because those Inferno dragons, since you're swarming basically the base, those Inferno dragons are super weak to any splash damage. So multi-Inferno towers are just the hell versus them. Then the scatter shots, obviously, if you cannot tank them with the skeletons early enough, things like that are really annoying to face. But you can see, we did perfect on this one. We have the back-end multi-inferno towers, which is actually good. So whenever you're facing a base, try to have the multi-inferno towers on the back end and try to take out the single inferno towers early. Because, because what this does is your heroes, your royal champion, your queen, things like that on the back end, they just cannot die. So that's kind of the nice thing about that. So if you're having Inferno Towers, multi-Inferno Towers against you, try to face them on the back end. Either way, this is going to be crushing overkill 3-star, but guys, don't worry, we have way more attacks to go. And obviously, in the next one, I want to talk a bit more about why exactly is this strategy like so common right now, and why are so many people using it, and why exactly, for example, are we not seeing Electro Dragon attacks pretty much at all at the moment, or maybe only in the really low legend trophy range. So the reason is basically this base. So for example, we were not too high on trophies yesterday, and this means sometimes bases like this are still a thing. Bases which are super compact and are easily wrecked by electro dragons. But obviously that's not always the case, especially when you're getting higher up in legends, when you're climbing the pretty much the level of competitiveness in your clan wars and clan war leagues, things like that. You will always face bases which are meant to defend the super wizards. Super wizards were so strong for a long time, and are still really strong, to be honest, that people are trying to defend them. How do we defend those super wizards? Well, the main thing is just make the splash of them useless with spreading out the buildings a little bit, and have always 2 tiles in between of the important buildings, basically. And now the question obviously is, why exactly is this hurting Electro Dragons? Well, the answer is pretty simple, because Electro Dragons and Super Wizards work basically the same way. they deal the damage with splashing on the next building, the Electro Dragon chain. The Electro Dragon chain is super important for the Electro Dragons to deal damage, and if that's not possible, then the troop is just useless. And this is how the Super Wizards, with them being so strong, basically killed the Electro Dragon. And this is why people came up with different strategies, and this is why the Inferno Dragons are so strong right now, because they do not care if there is a gap in between of the buildings. Like, they do not care. It's just straight up. And that's how it is, and that's why they are way better right now than Electro Dragons. This is why you see all of those top pushers out there, which use Electro Dragons, now switch to Inferno Dragons. And this is just why the strategy is so popular right now. And in addition to that, obviously you can do crazy attacks with this. You can do kind of like world record runs where you triple a base in like, I don't know, like 1 minute. So it's always pretty fun to use, especially like racking a max out Town 13 with just like 2 minutes left in the attack. Either way, we already attacked the teaser base. This is the second one. This is the one where I want to talk a bit more about how you attack those teaser bases. Because those bases are so common right now, and I see so many people are asking me about, okay, so how do I attack teaser bases with Hybrid, with P.E.K.K.A. Smash, with Inferno Dragons? Like, I feel like teaser bases are more annoying nowadays for a lot of people than ring bases. So this is why we're bringing 2 attacks of them in this video. And what you're doing normally on those bases is just take the risk. Just take the risk, coming with Inferno Dragons from one side and using the blimp just to get the Town Hall. It's normally working pretty well. We just saw the attack a second ago where the Tornado Trap nearly messed it up, but still, normally you always have the possibility of getting the Town Hall with the blimp. The next thing which I want to talk about is the blimp itself. I see many people running the Dragon and the 5 Loons, but if you want to run Inferno Dragons and if you have a teammate running the Inferno Dragon as well, try to use 1 Inferno Dragon and then 6 Loons. I think it's better because if there's not a lot of splash damage around the Town Hall, for example on a ring base where the Town Hall is isolated, 1 freeze is enough to get the Town Hall down. You do not need the rage. Obviously, when there's that much splash as in this base, then you need the rage. That's why I'm saving it over here. So far looks great. Freezing just everything, freezing the Enemy Queen, freezing everything, just poisoning the Clan Castle. And this attack is once again an overkill. Easy going. As I said, those teaser bases, there are no problems for those Inferno Dragons. So whenever you have problems with them, try the Inferno Dragons out. They're just so crazy powerful. And once again, I feel like whenever you have time fail issues, I mean, I don't know anyone who is having time fail issues, to be honest. Like, time fails. What is a time fail? Like, I have, either way, try this army. This army is never time failing. Okay, maybe I jinxed myself right now, but either way, normally you don't have time fails with this one. Now let's take a look, which is quite annoying, like a base which is quite annoying to attack. First off, bases, I mean, that's quite obvious, which have air expos are annoying to attack because it's an air troop with Inferno Dragons. And the second thing, which is the most annoying thing, are multi-Inferno Towers. Whenever you're choosing, for example, in the next Clan War League, to use this strategy, do not use it against 3 multi-Inferno Towers, except if you have like a really good plan or like the base itself is like screaming for Inferno Dragons. Otherwise, always go onto single Inferno Tower bases. Those bases are just getting wrecked by those Inferno Dragons. It's just incredible. So Inferno, like, why exactly are those Inferno Towers so bad against the Inferno Dragons? So Inferno Dragons are kind of weak when it comes down to their HP. So you need to protect them. This is why the skeleton spell is getting used, because you want to have the splash damage in the base getting tanked, which is normally a scatter shot. And obviously the Enemy Queen, which is she's just dealing a ton of damage anyway to dragons. So you want to have those defenses tanked. At the same time, for example, some people are using bats with this strategy. Those are not really tanking because the splash damage of scatters are still hitting the Inferno Dragons. So bats with Inferno Dragons, that's just stupid. Like, it makes no sense. And that's why the skeleton spell is so genius. On this base, you can see the blimp is not making it to the Town Hall. I'm still getting the Town Hall with my Royal Champion easily. But anyway, the Inferno Dragon on the bottom side just killed every single Inferno Dragon of mine. So that was quite unfortunate. But either way, that was basically it with the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something new about the Inferno Dragons. I hope you have the possibility of use them not only in the Legend League, but maybe even in the next Clan War League season, which started already. So, like I said, if you have no clue what to do on a base, and the base is running like a ton of single Inferno Towers, Just try it out. Use your king on king and queen on one side and electric dragon on the other one. Try to not lure out the clan castle, obviously, and just wreck the base. That's basically it. It's so quick, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope I see you guys back tomorrow for the next one. Until then, see ya, and well, bye bye.